Well, tonight the Harbison State Forest is still closed after aggressive dogs were spotted in that area.
Yeah, the State Forestry Commission is still looking for the dogs responsible for an attack that sent one man to the hospital.
With the dogs still on the loose, News 19's Shelly Garzone checked in with local vets to ask what we should do if we encounter an aggressive dog.
And we do need to warn you tonight, some of the photos you're about to see could be graphic.
This was the aftermath of Winston Holiday's encounter with two dogs Saturday morning at the Harbison State Forest. This violent attack wasn't the first time dogs were an issue in the forest this weekend. The South Carolina Forestry Commission says Friday afternoon, a teen was cornered by two dogs as well. He managed to get away without injuries when more people arrived on the scene. Because of this, the Forestry Commission has decided to close the park. And with the help of Columbia Animal Services, they've placed multiple traps around the area.
It's an obvious animal trap. They're safe. They are designed to confine an animal unharmed and keep them secure. It's a large rectangular device. It essentially has a little trip inside. Once an animal goes inside, ideally they'll hit that little lever with their foot, which would trigger the trap to close and again safely confine the animal.
According to the Forestry Commission and CAS, the dogs involved in the attacks have not been found. This story has received lots of attention, raising the question, what should you do if you're being threatened by an aggressive dog? Veterinarian Allison Calfee shares some advice.
What you want to do in that situation is try your best not to make eye contact, which can be sometimes difficult, but you maybe want to turn your eyes down so that you can still see them, identify where they are, and then also still kind of assess and make a plan for an exit strategy.
If a dog has got you in a position where you must defend yourself, there are areas you can target.
Pushing in the eyes, maybe kind of doing a hard rap against the side of their head on their ears might help them to release you in that situation. Honestly, at that stage, kind of doing whatever you can. The one thing I would not recommend is sticking your fingers in their mouth, because if they're already biting your arm, it's very quick for them to open and close back down again, and then you've lost your one good hand.
Calfee says you should always try to protect your face and neck. And if you're unable to get away, she says tucking your face and rolling into a ball is the best way to protect those areas.
Going to urgent care or the ER, because any bite wounds, dog mouths are dirty, and that just definitely introduces bacteria that we want to make sure you're not going to get an infection. Same thing with your pets. Even if you are very lucky and maybe it's just a scrape or something like that, coming in to have it evaluated to make sure there's nothing more serious underneath can be extremely important, because all it takes is one little nick to create a really bad infection if it's left untreated.
Shelly Garzone, News 19, WLTX.
That is very useful information, Shelly. Thank you so much. And as of right now, the forest is going to stay closed until at least Thursday.